I think.
Yeah, we still have a close. Our
Yeah.
basement, I was like, was it day?
Just wanted to get that stuff out. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was stuck.
Yeah, weird toilet paper that doesn't get anybody's across it. Oh my God. I finally got rid of it.
Literally. Clear.
We're reminiscing, where's that? Okay. In accordance with section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, chapter 231, Public Law 1975, be advised that notice of this meeting was made by posting on the bulletin board at Town Hall and serving the officially designated newspapers a list of the meeting dates annually, indicating that this meeting would take place at the Millburn Board of Education Center building at 7 p.m. on September 29th.
David Bradford,
Here.
Gary Rosen.
Here.
Regina Truitt.
Here.
Beth Zoll.
Here.
Nomia Roberts.
Here.
Stephen Cohen.
Here.
Vice Chair Joseph Caulfield.
Yes.
Chair Joseph.
Here.
Catherine will be sitting in tonight, so that's fine.
Okay, so just to start, for anyone who's in the audience, I want to announce that calendar 3974-24, that is 389 Millburn Avenue, that matter has been carried to December 8th, 2025. And in case anyone is here for calendar 4023, that is 31 Talbot Court, the applicant is Gregory Tolkinski. That matter has also been carried to December 8th, 2025. Oh, okay, and also, sorry, we have calendar 4045-25. What? Oh, is it, okay, that 167 JFK Parkway, that's NJW, that applicant is gonna need to renotice, and they're renoticing for the November 3rd, 25 meeting. That's it, right? That's all we're going to do? Okay. All right, next we have approval of minutes. This is for the meeting on August 11th. And are there any corrections or changes? Additions, anything? Do I hear a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve the minutes from August 11th, 2025.
I'll second.
All in favor? Okay, those have been approved. And then next we have a few memorializations. The first is calendar 4044-25, Muller at 417 Wyoming Avenue, Millburn. First of all, who's eligible to vote on this?
Eligible are David Bradford, Gary Rosen, Regina Truitt, Stephen Cohen.
Okay, are there any corrections or changes to this?
I sent some to Rob. I don't know if he sent new copies out. They're minor typographical kind of things, nothing of substance. You want me to read them off?
Yes, please.
Okay. On this one, on page 1, number 1, second line, we deleted the word to. Number 4 on page 2, number 4, let's see, fourth line down, a building height of 48 feet from the lowest elevation. And then again, on the next line, permitted building height from the lowest elevation. Number 5, third line, proposed addition. That was it.
I believe those corrections weren't circulated, were they?
I don't think, I don't.
She sent them to me, but I don't know if she sent them to everyone else.
Can we still, it's still okay to vote on it now that it's been read into the record?
Yes.
Okay. So with those corrections, would someone like to make a motion?
Motion to approve the memorialization for calendar number 4044-5.
A second.
David Bradford,
Yes.
Gary Rosen.
Yes.
Regina Truitt.
Yes.
Stephen Cohen.
Yes.
Okay, next up, we have calendar 4046-25, that's McGuire at 109 Sagamore Road, Millburn. Who would be eligible on this?
David, Gary, Regina, Steve, we'll see.
Okay, any corrections or additions, changes? Would someone like to make a motion?
There was one correction on page 2, number 6. The applicant's licensed architect, and then on page 5, the bottom line, had changed August 2016.
Okay, with those changes or corrections, would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
David Bradford,
Yes.
Gary Rosen.
Yes.
Regina Truitt.
Yes.
Stephen Cohen.
Yes.
Next, we have calendar 4047, Saunders, 68 Southern Slope Drive. Who's eligible on this?
Same people.
Same people. Any corrections on this one? What was the date of this one? I don't have that.
The date of,
Was this August 11th?
yes.
Oh, okay, that was this.
This was the same on page 6. August had to be changed to 6.
This was also, I'm sorry,
Page
that's a
6.
change
Yeah,
on this one,
yes.
on 68 Southern
Page
Slope.
6, yes, the last one. That was on.
Oh, it's Sanders, okay, it's Sanders, not Saunders, okay.
Yeah, that was on.
Okay, no problem. And, okay, with that minor correction, is there someone who'd like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution. Memorialization.
I'll second.
David Bradford,
Yes.
Gary Rosen.
Yes.
Regina Truitt.
Yes.
Stephen Cohen.
Yes.
Okay, and finally, we have calendar 4031-25. This is Majalovic from 23 Dorset Lane, Short Hills. Are we talking about the same people or was this?
This
eligible?
one was a different date, so eligible are David Bradford, Gary Rosen, Melvino Roberts, and Joseph Caulfield.
Any corrections or additions?
There was a correction on page 1, number 1, second line, we removed word who after and. Page 4, the third line, connect was changed to connected. Page 5, the third line, existing dwelling was setback, that was changed to 2 words. And then 3 lines later, 13 feet to 10 feet, making the change to the. That was all.
Okay, with those corrections, would someone like to make a motion?
Motion to approve the memorialization of calendar number 4031-25.
I'll second it.
David Bradford,
Yes.
Gary Rosen.
Yes.
Neil Meenan Roberts.
Yes.
Joseph Colton.
Yes.
Okay, so first up for tonight, we have calendar 4041-25. The property location is 71 Troy Drive. And the applicant is Sanjay Paraskar. Hi, welcome. Yeah, we get everyone who's gonna be testifying sworn in.
Can you just raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm testimony about to give in tonight's proceeding be the truth, whole truth, and but the truth?
I do.
Your name's for record.
I do.
Your name. for the-
Sanjay Paraskar.
Shweta Misri,
Just spell that, please.
SHADETAMISRI.
Thank you.
Daniel, last name is Ensign, ENCIN.
Thank you.
Okay, are you gonna start out?
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, good evening, everyone, and thank you very much for giving your case. My name is Sanjay Paraskar. She is my beautiful second half, other half, what do you call? Shweta Misri. We are the resident of 71 Troy Drive. We've been living in this house for more than 12 years now. And we have been part of this beautiful town and community for almost 15 years now. We bought this house in 2014. It's a beautiful house. We loved it back then. And then, as our family grew, and now we have 2 children, it's a kind of hardship for us because we just have 3 bedrooms. Yeah. With the elder one growing up, he needs a separate bedroom, younger one growing up, he needs a separate bedroom. And when the parents or any guests come over, we don't have a bedroom. We have been trying to adjust for last 2-3 years. Ever since COVID happened, we have to also convert some small area into an office. So that is kind of resulting in a lot of, you know, tussle in the family. When my parents come over, we have to kind of literally request them to stay downstairs in the basement. This time around when they were here, they were really like, please don't get us here next time until you really find some solution for us. So it was really bad and sad for us that we couldn't even, you know, have our parents living with us on the same floor and be part of the family in the day-to-day life. So we are here to request you a little approval for adding 2 more bedrooms on the top, so that will, you know, help my family, you know, stay in this house with like.
And to add more clarity, when we moved, my son, my older one who's 15 now, was of 3 years old. And COVID hit and we had another baby, he's 4.5. So there's a 15-year-old and like under 5. And they both need separate space. Our older one is in high school now and needs a proper room where he can focus and not get disturbed by the younger one, because he's like, he doesn't think that the older one is not his age, and you know, it kind of disturbs his studies as well.
There's always, you know, little fight for the
And we
space,
don't-
like
it's
where
all
are you going
same
to
Right, you
floor.
can only speak on it.
It's all same floor and we need separate floors so we can have some space for everyone, including our visiting parents.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
with that, I will hand it over to architect Dan Ensign, who will provide you all the technical details.
Any questions for us before we begin?
Hi, could you just start by giving us your qual?
Sure, is that all right if I use the edge of the table up here? Yes, I'm Daniel Ensign. I'm the principal of Menon Design Architects. I'm a licensed architect in the state of New Jersey. I've been licensed since 2007. My license is in good standing. I've presented in front of this board and all of the adjacent municipalities over the course of the past 10 years, multiple times.
Thank you.
Before I begin with the technical details in the presentation, this is representative of what you have with no changes in the packet or the variance application. In running through and checking details and looking throughout this, we actually uncovered a math error in terms of a previous iteration of the footprint of what was being added for building coverage. So I have a secondary site plan here that I would need to put in as an exhibit, and I have 12 copies of that, so you'll be able to look at that instead of this site.
That's fine, I'll mark it for today. Is it the same date?
It is no, it's a new date.
Okay.
The date of the revised site plan is 9/26.
Yeah, you want it?
Yeah. Thanks.
So the only change to this that you'll see, 2 things. One is the area that is the proposed added building coverage is now differentiated and shaded in red just to make it clearer as to where it is. And then that piece, which originally was listed as in addition to the house at 234 square feet of added building coverage. We had a previous iteration that was out a bit further in an effort to reduce as much as we possibly could. We had pulled that in. So the actual footprint of what's depicted here is 173 square feet, not 230. So it is the proposed building coverage is 61 square feet less than what is proposed in the application.
Do you have a percentage change on that?
I could
Just for your schedule.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's 173 square feet, right?
Yes, it's 173 square feet. And so, yeah, actually the percentage change is listed, at the bottom. It still actually works out to be the same as 18.89% because the size of the square footage change was small enough that by rounding up to those last digits, it's the same percentage. But it is 61 square feet less than the 234. So the property is 71 Troy Drive. It's located in the R4 zone. It's a conforming lot, has the required amount of lot area. It's over by a little bit. The original home was constructed in 1965. And as you can see from looking at the site plan, the home had been added on to over the years prior to current owner. And, you know, the house kind of sprawls throughout the property. There's the main body towards the front of the property. There's two legs that come back, and then there's the additional leg, which has a thin hallway, a circular stair tower piece, and then an additional whole living area and bedroom space towards the back. So it kind of sprawls throughout the property and is a bit disjointed with these kind of legs of the building coming off, going towards the rear. And directly behind the house, there is a courtyard type patio, and then there is an existing in-ground pool that is behind that. And then as you go towards the rear on the right-hand side, the back corner of the pool, there's what's labeled as an existing shed on the survey, which is a shed used for some storage, but is also partially a cabana for the pool. And so that is kind of currently there. And I did a breakdown on this updated site plan that shows what that is in terms of coverage. So the existing house as it stands right now, taken at the foundation, is 3696 square feet of building coverage. The existing shed / cabana structure is 156 square feet, and that's how we get to the existing 3852, which is the 18.07% building coverage. So currently, while a number of the other aspects of the property and the house form some of the requirements, the building coverage is clearly way beyond what the 14% that's allowed for the zone. In looking at that, there is no second story on the house currently. There is basement space. There's some exposed garage in the basement coming from the left-hand side where the driveway comes in. But we have kind of a low pre-existing single-story house, which you can see in the photo at the top of the survey. So the proposed work, in essence, is to take some of the bedroom space from the main level and move bedroom space up to the second floor, proposed second-story addition, in order to free up some living area at the first floor and make the house more usable, and then also be able to have, right now it's very limited on bedroom space. It's to add additional bedroom space, as they were describing, for family members and for their children who are, who are growing and needing more space than what they currently have. There was an attempt in looking at the design to start with to not propose any additional building coverage because of how much previously there was on this property because of all these various kind of extensions and additions that go out over time. But the issue that arises is that So to the right-hand side of this page is the proposed space floor plan. To the left-hand side, because of the length of these previous additions of existing footprint, there's a scaled down version to show you kind of the entire layout of the house. But as you enter into the house from the front, currently that wall runs itself here, and there's a whole pavered walkway and front stoop in this area. When you come in, there's about 6 feet of space, and then you're entering directly into the living area of the house. It's the main living room, which is the family room. And then you have currently kitchen, dining, and office space off to the right. And then the office and bedrooms are located off to the left within this long hallway that runs down, leading to a primary bedroom suite that's all the way disjointed at the end of the house over. So as we looked at various layouts, trying to incorporate a staircase into the house and an entry into the house without adding any additional building coverage. Every step of the way, because of where the main family's room space is located, there was no place to locate a staircase. Any place you could, it eliminated one of the living areas. So the proposed work that is shown and the 173 square feet is right now outside of the house where the main entry doors are. There is an existing kind of stoop area that spans that middle of that horseshoe or U shape of the house. That is all pavered and has multiple steps and goes down to patio and walkway down below. So the proposed work is to, where these existing walls are shown here, is to fill in this small amount of space to deepen that a little bit in order to have a usable entry and foyer space, and then also have enough width to incorporate a staircase that goes up into the house without essentially taking away or eliminating the living space that is there currently, which is already a bit tight. So that then goes up to the second story. That staircase comes up, wraps around, there's open walkway here, and then there is, in this new design with the living space taken at the first floor, there's primary bedroom suite to the left-hand side with small office space, and then there is an additional bedroom space with an ensuite bath to the right-hand side with a covered deck area to the studio. The basement below, there's currently a 2-car garage located in the basement below grade coming in on the left side of the house. And part of the proposed work is to utilize existing space and existing foundation that's there, hollow out and create an additional garage door to get an additional garage bay in that basement space without adding any additional footprint to the house. So on sheet A5, you can see on the front elevation, we have the existing kind of ranch style house. Right now, there's currently a thick roof over each wing of the house. And then there's this horseshoe shape at the inside where there's a kind of a pavered stoop and walkway at the center. So the proposed work is to fill in a small amount of that space, create a little bit of a 3-foot bump here to create some kind of cover from the weather at the front entry door. And then to construct a 2nd-story addition across that middle band of the main body of the house, which is specifically consistent and trying to be in line with many of the other homes that run right along Troy that go through there. There's many examples of similar homes that have kind of 2nd-story in this way, with then some smaller 1st-story that comes out the at the back end of the house. And we can see that here. This is all on this right side elevation, pre-existing house. The lower slung tip roof would be removed, and the 2nd-story addition above. The width of the house is remaining constant with what's there currently. We're not proposing to widen the house in any way. So the variances that are being requested are for the building coverage for this filled-in portion at that existing favored stoop and walk area, which kind of sits in between the 2 wings of the existing house. And then looking back at the site plan, the house is skewed to the property. So we have, at that front right corner where we have a two-story, element, we have 21.1 feet, so almost conforming, with the required setback. But the property cuts in as it goes back. So at the back corner of where the second story addition is proposed, from that angle, it shifts from 21.1 to 16.3 because of the angle of the property. And then the existing house as it stands, is, does not conform with the combined side yard setback for the two, but that is not being intensified in any way. That would just be basically an extension of the existing non-conformance by going up in the same lines as what the side of the house is. Yeah, that's.
Okay. Yeah. How many bedrooms are existing right now and how many will you rent back with after this?
Your size. Or,
So, can we,
Go ahead, would you like to?
or you can,
So basically, we have, 3 bedrooms that are operational right now, and we're adding 2 bedrooms on the second.
And are any of the bedrooms being added in the parts that you're adding that you're requesting a variance for? I think it's front part where that foyer is.
yeah, the central space.
It looks like, are you adding a bedroom there?
No, we are not.
That's just making a 2-story foyer, correct?
That is making, yes, the space for the foyer, entryway, and then the staircase.
Okay, so what you're asking for variance isn't.
No, there's no
So that you're
variance to
doing
create
internal
bedroom
stuff
space.
to add the bedrooms.
Correct, we comply and conform with the floor area ratio and all of those other aspects. The bedroom space, with that is not the issue. It's the access to it, which is the hall and foyer and staircase.
So you need to add that two-story foyer to add access to the new bedrooms?
Well, we need, yeah, because this is kind of centrally located and creating a second story above this, it wouldn't be feasible to put second story on the back of something or all the way on these back legs or portions. So to create an attractive home from the front, but also to keep it relatively centrally located, the second story, as you typically expect, is only over kind of the main body of the house. It doesn't extend out onto these other pieces.
I'm just asking if, do you need a variance to add the bedrooms?
No.
Okay. Now I can ask the second question. I think the thing that was striking to me when I toured the property today was that appendage building. That brick building, that was permitted, fully permitted, allowed, everything.
I have no
Kosher.
information about the previous.
If it's different than the rest of the house, it's quite
It's
strikingly
quite
different.
contemporary and somewhat oddly shaped.
And it's got
Yes.
that, so, and there's some bedrooms in there as well, correct?
That whole back section, is. This section that you're referring to back here, this is an extremely long hallway.
Mhm.
This
And
is
then there's
like a stair piece.
Is that a staircase in there? I didn't know.
Yeah, there's a circular stair that goes down to the basement of that piece.
Oh, wow, okay, interesting.
And then this entire piece is a pre-existing primary bedroom suite. Which is, right, it's quite odd.
It is quite odd, but that's done. Okay, so you don't need a variance to add the 2 bedrooms.
No, we have, going
To
to the
add
second story, we do need a variance for, as that second story goes up, the rear right side of that
Setbacks.
bedroom for that
Right.
second story side yard setback.
But the coverage, do you need,
The coverage, no, because we're only going above, it wouldn't impact the coverage for the second story, so there's no variance for that second story.
but you're asking for a variance because you're covering the front, or that front area is creating the.
Correct, the area for the staircase and the entrance to the house, so we don't basically take the existing family living room and shorten it so much that it becomes unusable.
All of those.
Clarifying question. So I didn't drive past, but didn't actually go in. So from Troy Drive, as you're looking at the property, on the left-hand side of, the rear, is it like that structure? So is that the one that you're talking about where it's sort of like sits out there, but it's quite imposing, as in like, the roof is like higher than the existing property?
Yeah, I mean, it's flat, it's not so much higher. The grade slopes a bit in the
Yeah,
back
it
in that
does,
area,
yes,
so.
yes.
Yeah, and it's also a completely different material.
Right.
Which is would be proposed in what we're doing here to make the material of the home consistent.
So that's that part, thank you.
Yeah, that back part has like a couple different types of siding, there's a lot of vertical, more
Yeah.
temporary siding. The current house is mostly brick veneer, and what we're proposing to do, you can see on the floor plan, the dashed line running all the way around the building. We're proposing to remove the existing brick veneer and then use a stucco, 3-coat cement stucco finish on the entire building. So it at least becomes, even if we're not changing the shape of that back portion, it becomes more consistent visually with what the rest of the house is.
Can I just want to make sure, because I had something else written. You have 3 bedrooms currently and you're adding 2, but I thought I heard you say you were.
We have,
adding this
3
bedroom.
bedrooms right now.
Okay.
And we need 2 more bedrooms, which is
Okay.
second floors.
So, and we have 2 kids and now visiting parents. Currently, everything is on the same floor and the layout is very odd. Like our master is towards the rear end, we don't have, we can't see the kids. And then there is 1 bedroom in the front and then 1 bedroom like somewhere in the middle, so kids are also separated. And our in-laws or my parents, they have to go to the basement for the room, and due to their health conditions, they cannot climb up the stairs. So we prefer to give them a room on the main floor. They both have arthritis and need friends.
Along the left side, it appears in the first floor plan that there are 3 what look like bedrooms with individual bathrooms. So, and then there's the one at the back. So
One
wouldn't
is
that be 4?
converted into office, it's not a true bedroom.
You don't use it as a bedroom.
It's actually, it's not a bedroom anymore because of the
The
size.
size of it is
size.
very small. Yes, the current space of that without the additive piece in the front here is quite small.
What is it? You know?
I can scale it.
By 13. Oh, no, that's okay.
Yeah, that's the expanded, the existing, the front to back dimension is 13.7. And when we subtract the roughly 4 feet that it expands into the added area, it's about roughly around 12 feet. So it's about 12 by 13 of that space. And so yes, I mean, could that physically be used as a bedroom space right now? It could if they didn't have the need of office, 2 office spaces within the house.
Oh, so it's a 4-bedroom house then?
Yeah, right, so if you look at this front area,
Technically.
right, regardless of how the house is used.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, currently, there's 1 bathroom here, which could be utilized by these 2 rooms. There's an ensuite bathroom for this bedroom, so that would give you 3 bedrooms here. And then there's that large master suite or primary suite that is the rear. So it would be classified as a 4-bedroom.
Okay. Thank you.
And yes, in the front here, with what's proposed, the office space at the main level is a must for what they do. And so this space is currently used as an office and they want to use it still as an expanded office. So they would have the 1, 2, 3 bedrooms within the 2 bedrooms up at the 2nd floor for the 5 bedrooms.
That's the one at the back.
That's what I was talking about, the one at the rear left.
Does the expanded office have a closet? in front?
It has there is a current closet which is about 5.5 feet wide, that's a standard 2-foot depth.
So that could technically be also a bedroom?
It does, but it's a family.
I mean, I know what you're using it as, but like.
A realtor would list it.
Yes, you could list
The
it as a
realtor would
bedroom.
list it, so it's a 5-bedroom house.
No, currently it's a 4-bedroom house. There is 1, 2,
Ah,
3,
Okay, oh, so-
4 bedrooms.
All right, thank you. So you're.
This, what they're
Got it.
attempting to say and what it is yes, listed with a realtor, that could be utilized as a
Yes,
bedroom.
yes.
Currently, it is utilized as the office.
Right,
working
forgetting
from
the
home.
utilization.
Correct,
Okay, so we've established 4, okay,
that is correct,
including the big master on the back.
that's correct.
And the prayer room, that has a closet, or
The prayer room does not have a closet, no.
Any other questions from the board?
You're in an R4 zone, correct?
That is correct.
You know the minimum square footage for R zone lot area is?
I believe 20,000.
Correct, and you know, what you didn't mention what your coverage is here, you know, your coverage is.
Yeah, we're 21,000, yeah, we're conforming lot.
That's an F.
Page one of the test.
Yeah, that worksheet. Say we're 21,312 square feet.
So you're only a little bit bigger than what required in the zone.
That is correct.
And the side yard setback in that zone? Just from that same sheet?
Side yard setback, required, for single story up to 18 feet is, 15 feet. And, you know, the gradient going up to a full second floor would be 22 feet.
They have a neighbor to the right-hand side.
That is
Mr. Service shows, and he's really sitting on that line too.
Yeah, that the current neighbor there, their home is two-story home. It's actually, it's about 10 feet off the side.
Yeah, I see it for the service 10 feet. It's actually 2.5 stories. It's actually pretty imposing. It's big.
It kind of looms over their house.
Yes, I agree.
Eileen, do you know, is there a way to tell that if this appendage that's there is conforming or permitted?
Conforming to what? I don't.
That, this property has sort of a jut out added on back
Yes.
that's, not typical, but
Yeah,
it
it
could be
conforms
also.
to this side yard setback, I don't know, building coverage is currently,
Yeah, clearly doesn't conform to the building, the
I mean,
building code.
0.07. Okay. But, yeah, I don't know, I don't know how long ago it was done, I didn't research that.
I mean, just looking at it when I was there yesterday, it seemed like it was done in the late 70s. Would you agree with that? or-
Yeah, my guess would have been about mid-70s. The house was built in 65.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming maybe 8 to 9 years into that, just the materials and the finishes
What's the
inside,
finishes,
it's
I think?
great. 1970s, all of the materials, the hardware, all of it. But I don't know specifically when it was constructed. That's just based on what I'm seeing that's in there. Yeah, no work has been done to the house from that point in time onward. The original finishes and bathrooms, I mean, there's minimal things with tile and other things, but the house itself and the materials within the house are all from that same late 60s, early 70s era.
Any other questions from the board?
just real quickly, what is, like, can you, tell us what the hardship is?
Sure.
Or why you need this variance and what, under the law, what was that?
Yeah, so looking, I mean, I get two separate aspects, for fairly clear for the side yard setback. It's an oddly shaped lot in the sense that, you know, skews inward. So the house is not square to the property. So even though it starts at 21.1 from that side yard, that property line cuts in, obviously we can't shift the angle of the house. And so that's the resulting 16.2. So that oddly shaped aspect of the lot, from the required side yard setback. For the building coverage, the hardship being a pre-existing structure and home that has been here for years and years with no additional work to it, kind of bought as is, and the ability based on where all of the elements are in the house, and the fact that we're starting with a situation where this was clearly overbuilt from a building coverage standpoint, that, you know, conforming in the other aspects, in terms of, you know, floor area ratio, the various setbacks, the building height, but with the pre-existing locations and odd shapes of all these elements, it makes creating something internally that's effective and actually allows you to get second floor space up above in a clear way, virtually impossible. And so needing that small amount of space is, you know, in order to get that circulation and that ability to not compromise the pre-existing living spaces within the house.
Any questions, from the audience? Are there any comments from the audience? Okay, I'm going to close the public portion of the meeting and I would like to, hear everyone's thoughts on this. Does someone want to start?
It's an interesting proposal to me in the sense that it really does significantly enhance the floor area ratio of the house. You don't go over on floor area ratio, so just, I mean, the sort of massing of the house changes dramatically.
Yeah.
But still, you know, you didn't go over on FAR. On that street, there are some houses that are two-story and there are some that are not. It's certainly gonna be a large house. And I don't think the asks are particularly large, in terms of the variances. And so I feel like I should have more problem with it, but I sort of feel like I'm not sure why. I think I could be supportive of it. But it should be what others have to say.
I'll go next. So it is an odd setup there with that appendage house, so I applaud you for trying to make it look more cohesive. I will say try to fix those steps because they're very, let's go up to the back. That was, I didn't even go up them. I just, because I was like, okay, so they're probably not. But I'm fine with this side yard setback. I can kind of see your neighbors are also kind of like that, but I am concerned about the building coverage because you don't need that to add a bedroom. I can understand you want a bedroom, but it seems like that's more aesthetics. And I think if you worked a little harder, you might be able to get rid of that building coverage, even though it's a big lot, you're not undersized lot, you're already over, you're exacerbating already over, am I right on that? So I feel like maybe if you can whittle it down a little and get conforming that building coverage, I could support it, but I'm not in support of going over the building coverage or to add a two-story floor area.
I'm kind of with Gary on a lot of this stuff. I looked at it, I think this is generally a good thing to do with the second story. You know, there's other second stories in the neighborhood. The side yards were always gonna be here because that's kind of pre-existing. The front area, I'm very ambivalent about it because it, as Regina points out, it does exacerbate an already bad condition. Having said that, it sits in between the two arms and you can't see it except from straight on. And it doesn't jut out. I've been playing in my mind around whether, you know, you went from the 234 to the 176 by, was that a math error or was it something else?
Well, we started out with an iteration that was 234, where the front face of that addition
Okay,
was.
so
a
that's
little
been
forward.
pushed back a little bit.
So I pulled it back to further reduce.
Okay,
the
it
square
couldn't go
footage.
back to the stair. You know, it couldn't go back to cut across where the stair is. Obviously, that cuts out access to the hall on the right.
We could, because originally there was access through to the prayer room at the front, but this has basically just become a hall.
Right,
And then that was an access down to the basement space.
right.
Well, we could have that access be from another point, so potentially we could slide that back approximately 2.5 to 3 feet.
Yeah.
Adjacent to the stair and further
You
reduce
moved the
that.
door there, but
Yeah, that could be possible.
yeah, this feels like, I get the access issue with the stairs.
Right.
You know, and I've been looking around and trying to mentally see, well, where else could you put it? And this is above an existing stairwell to the basement.
No, there's a pre-existing stairwell to the basement
On
that's
that side.
situated on the other side. That
So this
is,
just flips it over.
right, it's quite tight and there would be no way to
Okay,
stack
and it
something
puts,
above.
this stacks them, so the basement is below the one room,
Correct.
second story. But
But the access, currently, we have that hallway and then an access door that then leads into that basement stair. But that could be turned and that door could be put on this opposite side. And then if this were slid back, it would reduce
Yeah.
the building coverage, you know, if we're 20 some odd feet wide there and we took 2.5 feet out, it would reduce the building coverage by another 45 square feet of space, which I could easily see doing and not, you know, and still be able to have the staircase.
Right, and, you know, it feels to me like something that you knew day one you were going over. Maxing out the FAR, it's fine, that's right. But to come in then with these other little things that make this other big thing work, to me is kind of, I'd feel better if it was a little, that two-story foyer was a little narrow.
Sure,
Let's say,
It's a good point, because there's a hallway there as well, there's a hall, and then there's a foyer, it's a lot of entry.
Right, we don't necessarily need, I mean, that hall is kind of derived from, that's the existing front face of the building, that's there, which we're not changing.
yeah, that's not changing.
But
Mhm.
if that just became, we could still maintain that space, that's part of the existing building
Right.
footprint. But if we pulled that addition wall in, we could still have that stair and just deal with the access. We could rework the space that's in here and better utilize it and then shave off at least, I would say, 40 to 45 square feet of the proposed building coverage.
And then you'd have to figure out what your percentages would be.
Well, it might be a little more than that because it's two-story, right?
No.
But the building coverage would be.
Oh, well, building cover, right. It's
Yeah.
just the-
Yeah, I mean, I can scale it right off of here and get the exact number that we
Yeah,
would
that
be
would be great.
reducing it.
I think that's a good suggestion.
I can share. I think aesthetically, it's a logical move. I think, yes, maintaining the width. We give much choice in that, but I think the design was creative. Given the, amount of building coverage, I would have loved to see that back suite just locked off, right? And then just sort of maintain it as a home, and that might get
That was an
closer to the
original
actual.
suggestion.
If you demolish that, you get yourself, you'd be bringing it down.
And then
closer
you
to
would
the
still
14.
allow, it's a very generous primary, suite that is built, which I think is appropriate and would be used. It feels, it's a beautiful property. There's a lot of amenities. This feels like it's taking something that's already over and just going even further over. But I agree, the way that the resultant property will be lovely. It feels like a lot still. I don't know, 45 feet is something.
But most of what they're doing is as of right.
Right. But you're starting.
Right.
Right, at the top point. Anyway, that's me. But yeah, it's not, I don't have a whole lot to oppose, because I think it will look nice, but some part of it is still, I feel like I'm in the Regina camp, something is striking.
It's already over. Come on.
But
I'll go next, but you're good. I agree with all of those comments, that back, leg, not a fan. I think if that was your initial thing to cut it off and go with that, that would be fine. That being said, it's there. As far as the side yard setbacks, I could see them, they're existing pretty much, the neighbor next door is also, that's why I brought it up, also is 5 feet into that side yard setback. As far as the coverage, that is a big elephant in the room, anything you can do to knock that down would probably, as my fellow board members have indicated, would probably be well received.
Did you say you can do the numbers, the calculations right now?
Yes.
That suggestion, do you wanna, if you do that, it seems like the board would be in favor of.
Is the board in favor of him, okay with the applicant marking up that sheet, accepting it?
Oh,
As marked up, okay?
Mark away.
That's a marking.
Looks like it would reduce, if we came back in 2.5 feet. Pull the entire face of that addition in 2.5 feet. The approximate width of that area in between the two legs of the existing house is 22.5 feet. So the resulting reduction in square footage would be reducing by 56 square feet.
So 121.
Right, so 173 square feet minus 56 square feet. 73 minus 56 would be 117 square feet. Added, and if you look at
What exhibit is that? On that exhibit?
A2.
A2.
Which sheet is it?
sheet A2. So if we were adding so the proposed would be 3969. Divided by so that would be 18.62.
Head south toward Rector Street. Not yet.
And if I can just ask for a moment. So. Yes, they're completely in agreement with and understand the, the issue with the building coverage and the fact that the existing property, as it stands, and has stood for a long time, is significantly over. So they are amenable to pulling that back in an effort to minimize that amount of that building coverage as much as possible.
Question, does this shed add to your, this frame shed, does that add to the building coverage?
It does. That's calculated and on that revised cycle.
And what is that made of? I actually didn't see the shed, it was behind the fence and I.
Yeah, that shed and slash kind of shed slash pool cabana is a wood frame structure,
Is it-
similar. Yeah, it's 156 square feet of footprint for that.
Is it old or new or?
It looks like it was constructed in the same kind of odd
Oh,
character. I think it was done all as one large renovation that someone did.
just humor me on this. How terrible would it be to pull that back a few feet? To conform for building coverage?
You have to
You have to
eliminate,
eliminate
you have to take away the whole structure.
Well, there you go. Yeah, were you thinking the same thing?
No, I was, afterwards, I was like,
Okay, so would you mind just rereading one more time, just with the new numbers
Of course.
for it?
Yes, so the proposed, so what's on the revised site plan as presented was, an increase in building coverage of 173 square feet. And the proposed change and reduction to that is to pull the wall face or pull the face of that proposed addition in 2.5 feet, 2 feet 6 inches. And so over the course of the width of that existing space from wall to wall of the existing structure, that would result in a reduction of an additional 56 square feet of coverage, dropping the proposed building coverage to 117 square feet, which would lower the proposed building coverage to 3,969 square feet, which is 18.62%.
Would someone like to make a motion with,
I move that we approve variances subject to changes made on sheet A2.
second,
Dave Bradford,
Yes.
Gary Rosen,
Yes.
Virginia Truitt,
Yes.
Beth Zoll,
yes,
Naomi L. Roberts.
Yep.
Jessica Parkhill,
yeah.
Jessica Black.
yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck. I think it's gonna be beautiful.
No, I was pulling yours. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Something that I need from the Zoom. Okay.
I mean, you need A1 and A2, right?
Actually, I have.
You have one?
Did you get one that was passed around?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Did you afterwards? Am I in trouble?
Well, no, I don't need it.
Schools are already.
Any trouble, sorry.
Steve, yeah.
Come see me after class.
Sorry, that sounded very strange about that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Thank you very much
Sure,
for the
no
time
problem.
and helping us. It really means a lot of time. Thank you.
Okay, next up, we have calendar 4043-25. The property location is 17 Bodwell Terrace. The applicant is Jerome.
If we're gonna speak, just raise your right hand, please. You swear from testimony about giving tonight's proceeding the truth, whole truth, none but the truth?
Yes.
Your names for the record.
Uday, UDAY.
What, your last name?
Oh, Ivani, EVANI.
Soumya, SOWNYA. Last name Jairam, JAIRAM.
On the same.
Are you gonna start?
Yeah, I think we have some prepared statements, so
Okay.
I'll let my wife take that.
It was prepared in 5 minutes. I can be very verbose, so, yeah, I'll take it. First of all, thank you. This is, sort of exciting. I've been looking forward to this for, some time now. First of all, thank you for your time. We live on Broadway Terrace, so right across the street here. We love our home. We love our neighborhood. We've been there about 7 years now. It's truly a village because it's a dead end, so we don't get outside traffic. So we know every home, every family on the block. They know us. Our kids go knock on doors. They play in each other's houses all the time. I host all the kids all the time. So Tom can attest to that. Anytime he comes over and there's no school, the kids are all hanging out in my state. So we love our home. We want to stay there for a very long time, but we also need space. It is a smallish property. When we bought, we had then 3-year-old. We have another kid now, and our older one is actually going to Washington next year. They're growing older. They need more space. We need more space. So right now we have a family room where there's a 3-seater couch, and the kids are playing Just Dance or something, and we are bumping into each other. The dining room is so small, it's a 6-seater, but 2 of the seats, the chairs are squished into the wall. We have puppy style meals. Our bedrooms are all on the same level, but they also develop as our offices, and we both of us work from home pretty much all the time, which is great, but also we need the space. And as the kids grow older, they have their own hobbies and develop as people, they and we need the extra space. So I am actually going to look at my pet statement, so I don't forget anything I want to say. So we don't want to change everything. What we have worked with Tom is because we love our home the way it is. So we are keeping the majority of it the way it is and just expanding to the back is what we want to do. And the back, our neighbors in the back don't care.
They're dead, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And the front is not going to change in any way. And a lot of the changes that we are asking for have already been done in pretty much all the homes on the street, like finishing the attic. So yeah, we want the space so that we can host family and friends when they come over. We need the space because we need it for a day-to-day life. We need more space. And I'll hand over the technical details to Tom. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna hold these things up for.
Oh.
Good.
Here, right sides.
Okay. Your tripod is not even. Gonna slide out of it now. Yeah, I think that's. Yes. Read.
Everybody
That's
has a
good.
level.
That was not submitted with the application, correct?
The survey? The survey is just a blow up of the survey. Page.
Go mark that. Oh, I don't have that.
Yes, in there.
Oh, you're-
Could you just start off by giving us your qualification?
Master's degree in architecture, University of Pennsylvania, graduated 1985. Licensed in architecture in New Jersey, 1988. And I'm a licensed planner in New Jersey since 2012.
You testified for this board before,
Applied for this board.
your license is in standing.
License to stand. I sat on this board for 10 years. So. The scope of work is. If we were plans, I only have one page. So that's the existing house. This is what we're in. So it's 10'11" at the back of it. What that does is it creates an opportunity to make a mudroom here so that people can. You can get the rest of the house something. And expands the kitchen. The other big goal is to get a master bedroom. And it's sort of a submaster. It's 10.5 feet by 13.5. That's the bed chamber and the closet, and the rest of that is about the same. And they tend to occupy or use part of the attic. There are. That's actually the upper part of this bedroom. It was a closet. About 5 to 6 feet high. You can't really hang anything. So we're revising the roof to get an 8-foot ceiling. And then there's an added dormer, which is getting a stair to the attic. The back of the house, the addition, it's this portion, this is an existing 1-story piece that's going to get swallowed in the addition. The lot has a couple of features here. There's a terrace, which is slightly raised. I don't know how many you've got to the house. But it's a little bit strange. But it's kind of also holding up a lot of the earth, which supports the cemetery, so. And the garage kind of does the same thing, because the back is buried about. You're taking more. So this property, Boswell Terrace. This is block 408, lot 7. Boswell Terrace is a dead end. Milburn Avenue, and the lot in the middle.
I think it's a different block and lot. 17, 12, 25.
17. Boswell Terrace is the address, right?
Block 1208, lot 7.
Block 1208, lot 7.
Okay, I guess it says a different.
Yeah, it was long. Because
Thanks, sorry.
No, I still.
Okay. That's the actual block lot. It's 2 blocks from downtown. The west side of the block backs up to Rosa Cemetery. 8 of the 22 homes on the street are 50 feet or less than here. It's an R6. But the 50 feet creates a whole bunch of problems in terms of side setbacks. Things like that. This lot is 50 feet by 133 feet. It's
66,632 square feet. Excluding the corners, if approved, this would be the sixth largest lot, well, either way, it's gonna be the sixth largest lot on the street. The driveway shares a driveway with the neighbor at 19 Bodwell Terrace. That's just finishing up now. The lot slopes gently towards Bodwell Terrace and steep grade descent. The predominant roof slope of the house is 12 by 12. The relief we're seeking is for side yard setback. Actually, we're not. That was an error. We don't need it.
Oh, you don't need it, okay, next, okay.
So we cross that.
I heard that second law.
Yes.
Good.
Side yard combined. It is here. One more. You guys can see this. Anyway, this is the side yard setbacks down the envelope. So that's the height to setback. And the only reason I did this is because you can see there's nothing more than the edge of the unit sticking into the side, which is a permitted structure. These are the combined side yards. And towards the back of the house, where the main addition is, that's been pulled back so that it forms the side yard combined. Where we end up violating it is in the ceiling of the attic, of that closet that I was describing. And that, there are these two little triangles. All of this is existing up to the peak of the roof. Those two little triangles are 1 foot deep, so that's 7 cubic feet violation. And as far as side yards go, that's, real one.
Report that as A1.
Sorry, just a quick question on combined
It's
yard
labeled
setback.
A3. Can you believe that?
Well, no, we're gonna mark it for an exhibit as A1, sheet A3. We just have to do it as A1 because. First mark.
Did we mark the survey as A1 or not?
No, we did not. We have it.
That was, yeah, it was
Okay.
But that was in the back.
Yes.
So this is A1.
the one you're marking now was not in the packet, that's why you're marking it.
Okay.
Good question, Tom. So we're talking about combined side yard setback, correct?
That's, yes, combined.
And it looks like the existing is
Non-conforming.
is what?
Non-conforming.
Okay, and so you're not exacerbating it, correct? That's what I'm confused about. 'Cause
We
it's-
are exacerbating it by 7 cubic.
Oh, okay, because it says 3.3 dog 1640.
That's 1.1.
Oh, but that's
Yeah.
existing, okay. You're not making it worse, because it looks like it's the same number.
So right now, this roof goes straight back. And this
That's
new
fine.
roof,
I
which
don't
starts
see
here
it.
and comes out,
Okay, but the numbers are
it
the
kind
same.
of leaves a tiny
Okay.
bit over there.
Okay, thank you.
But it's very. Anyway, side yard, that's the combined side yard setback. Building coverage. We are adding 266 square feet of building coverage in the back. It's replacing a deck, but the variance, the extent of the variance is 92 feet, which is 1.38%. The lot coverage is substantially larger. That's 2,984 is permitted. 3,643 is proposed, which is a 659 foot over. That is related to so we didn't know exactly how to handle this slate patio. The intention was to pick up the slate like that. We included it in these numbers as accessories. So because of that, it's also lot coverage. And that's 505 square feet.
So do you have to keep that because of the erosion issue or?
Pretty
You were
much,
going to do
the
it, but you
retaining
didn't.
walls would be,
Yeah.
yeah, you'd have to take it back up to it. And get back into it.
Did you have an engineer look at it?
No, but I can tell you the slope back there is.
Oh, yeah, I was there. I know what you're talking about, but if it would save you the coverage.
Because you're
The
way
wall.
over our coverage.
So then we just grass it over.
The wall,
There's a wall there.
well, there's already a wall.
Yeah, if we just grass it, would that be considered?
I'm sorry.
Talking about sanitary.
If we grass this patio over, take
Then
the
it's not.
ground plane off and just
It's
plant
just,
it,
then you would,
return it to
it's not just state, yeah, then that would not be.
uncovered.
Oh, there you go.
And what would that do to your number?
That would reduce it to 2996, which would be 12 feet above the
Seems like a good idea. if it's feasible.
Yeah.
well, it was kind of a definition. Floor area ratio. That's a big one, so we're 2388 is permitted, 2835 is used. Now, I have another exhibit here. Which seems to have disappeared now. It's something everybody loves to see. They are real estate data. Somewhere. I will get it. But there are some statistics here. And the one I was looking for. Let's leave that where it is, the FAR. We'll get back to it. Then there's rear yard unoccupied. That is off by 92 feet. If we consider that patio uncovered, that goes away
mean, if we get rid of the rear patio, it goes away completely.
Right.
Good, that's, good.
The variance. And then there's accessory coverage, which also. Yes.
Yeah.
What if, because you proposed at 27, the allowed is 20, I don't know. That patio's
yeah.
about to do that.
27 what?
The max accessory coverage, the asked number is 27%, the allowed is 20. I don't think the patio.
That's
can do it
correct.
By itself.
Yeah.
It would bring it closer from the existing, but it wouldn't bring it all the way into compliance.
No, there's only, on the accessory coverage, it's 167 square feet.
How big was the patio? Sorry.
You're looking here.
Oh, no, you're right, the patio was much bigger.
But you're right.
What are the dimensions on the slate patio?
It's 505 square feet.
Thank you.
It's still gonna need an accessory.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right there.
But you're out of compliance now.
Oh,
Make it
yeah,
closer to
yeah,
compliance.
the thing that's
But not get it all the way
The
there.
thing that's left is the garage,
Right.
which is 127 square.
Yeah.
And the garage is also the issue with building coverage, but will be lower. So that won't affect us. So. Let's do some zoning. So the homes, almost all the homes are 50 feet or less in frontage. Excluding the corner lot, this is the sixth largest lot in the street. Shares the driveway with 19 and Bidewell. The applicant owns and resides in a single family detached home on Bible Terrace. The purpose of the application is to expand the structure to the rear of the property, replacing the existing deck. The resulting structure will be larger in floor area. It will not alter the street profile, the ownership, the type of use, or the parking. The existing lot is narrower than R6 zone allows. And while the house combines side yard setback exceeding the allowable by 1.1 feet, this wouldn't be the case if the lot conformed in width. The rear addition conforms with a setback for the portion that the closest to the bedroom does not, the 7 square feet. The other above requirements relate to lot coverage, accessory coverage, rear yard. And they're the results of an excessively long driveway and an existing patio adjacent to the larger than normal. Makes the existing coverage ratios non-conforming. Patio is intended to be turned into natural space. These coverages don't apply. The 2.5 story addition will result in a gross area violation of 447 feet. 221 square feet of which is attributable to the attic. The addition extends the existing roof profile by 10.8 feet to the rear of the site. The intervention is hard to distinguish from the existing house because of the narrow view angle available from the street and from consistency. So that's existing, or from the street, that's existing, and that's proposed. And other than maybe seeing 2 extra windows here, they look identical, at least from this angle. The rear, they don't look substantially different. They feel the same material, same roof. And street gets listed as it is. This design approach, the goal of the township master plan is to protect the character and of established neighborhoods. The variance process supports this goal by allowing flexibility in cases where it helps to support the goal of master. These changes protect the character of the neighborhood today and make future tear downs less. The property can accommodate changes proffered by this application in that the resulting house will not change the population density, the scope of the public infrastructure, or any other metric related to development. The setback will not impact the street or the neighboring properties, and the proposal advances the following proposals done. A, B, C, D, E, G, H, I, J, and O. So let's go through the proofs. The project satisfies the statutory criteria for deep water relief. The site can accommodate any problems associated with the added floor area. Benefits are: the home improvement adds value to the site quality, which adds value to the quality of the area, and supports purpose I, visual environment, and purpose J, protected history. The project provides a better living environment for the family that lives there, moving out health and safety, which is purpose A. Restoration of the existing patio will maintain green space and help mitigate the accessory setback distance and acreage distance. Preserve the environment, purpose E. The existing garage and patio serve to manage elevation changes at the rear of the property and help maintain privacy with the neighboring properties, which is again aid and promote health and service. The addition covers an existing deck rather than adding new impervious coverage. Preserves, which is purpose E, which is protecting the environment. The need for additional floor area is a result of inefficiencies in configuration of the existing house. The real estate benefits of the site could be enhanced with a tear down. A new as a house would be able to include 400 more square feet of livable space than the existing structure with the benefit of the addition. No, and the benefit is it promotes recycling and recycling because you're not demolishing a house, it's dump. The design of the addition extends the house in a way that maintains the aesthetic character of the house and respects the local history and context. G, historical context. The addition adds 577 square feet of area, resulting in an excess of 447 square feet of FAR. The floor area is spread over 2.5 stories and will not be intrusive or overwhelming. It's extending the profile of the house by almost 10.8 feet, which goes to light and air, which is purpose. The addition does not create additional population density. It caters to the family that currently lives there, which is density. The street presence will benefit from the design consistency and renovated facade, preserving its character and its place in the block, which promotes desirable visual environment, which is purpose I. Negative criteria. Site can accommodate problems associated with the added floor area. Based on a review of the property cards, there are other homes in the street with higher FAR. If approved, this lot will be 7th on the block in FAR, and the third largest house on the street. 13 out of 22 properties have attached garages. Only 4 of the 22 meet the side yard combined requirements. 6 of the 20 exceed the building coverage requirements. 10 of the 22 exceed the FAR. The most recent addition to the list of neighboring properties with a similar floor area is the neighbor at 19 on Pablo Terrace, which has an FAR of 42.5, we're asking for 42.6. 75, 42.75. One thing to note is that the approval for the last in the neighbor's house was done in 2003. Which means it didn't include the attic. And ours is done today, so it doesn't.
The neighbor you're talking about, is that the neighbor to the right that you're looking at?
Brand new
Yes.
house?
It is brand new.
Yeah,
No, it's
new.
2023, so
They're
they
just-
they are finishing up the renovation.
Not
2023.
03. You said 03,
You
23,
said, you
okay.
said.
2023, so.
Okay,
Okay, I was
thank
gonna
you.
say, that's a delayed project.
Actually, it was quite a delay project, but not that big. It seemed to take forever to get it. Yeah. The addition is modest, will not physically or functionally over intensify the site. The addition does not increase lot coverage based on above. None of the variance will cause substantial detriment to public good, no plan, so. I need to get you the data cards. Tricky here.
Question.
A question.
How many bedrooms exist now, including anything that is
There are-
not used as a bedroom, and how many bedrooms are,
3 bedrooms in the house.
including the office? You know, there's an office space.
No, there is,
Yeah, this is in the attic.
Oh, the office is currently in the attic?
Well, it will.
no,
It will be.
Okay,
But-
what
but
existing?
We're only adding.
So
Let's
the-
that question.
Wait, you can only have one.
So how many bedrooms are in the house right now? If I was a real estate agent listing that house the way it is, how many bedrooms would there be?
it's 3 bedrooms, like that's how, if you look at 17 Water Terrace, when we bought it, it's 3 bedrooms. The bedrooms develop as our offices.
Okay, so 3 bedrooms. That's the answer,
3
if you're adding
bedrooms becoming
one,
4.
and it's becoming 4 also. And is your client willing to get rid of that patio?
Sorry,
You can get
the
back.
patio in the back.
In the back, yeah, I
Attached
mean,
to the
we
garage.
realize that's the downside of this,
If you
but
can grass
if-
it over, yeah, I mean,
oh, are we talking about the deck that's right behind the house or the slate that's
One
right
that-
next to the garage?
That bad boy that's adding a lot of numbers.
The one adjacent or abutting the cemetery.
Yes.
Oh, the garage, right, next to the garage?
No,
Yeah,
that
so
patio.
that's,
The one behind the house is being built.
yeah,
right, yeah, so that's, I mean, it's already covered in grass. So it's slate, but then there is some gravel, it's covered in grass, okay, so yeah, look at that.
If we can do the new numbers on the sheet, and I'm just gonna add, for fun, because it's so close to Halloween, you mentioned population density in the dead end, so many times they had to laugh because there's a graveyard of backpacks. It's so funny to see doing that in convention.
I intentionally haven't made any jokes about this because
I wonder,
people
because
do
that
go to
population
these
density
places
was,
and look for some serenity.
anyway, I was laughing when I read that, I was like, doesn't affect the population density because it's next to forest.
Just felt guilty about
Mr. Singer,
it.
LOL. Yes,
Not pushing the whole.
yeah, okay.
just
Night
jumping
of
back
the
into
living
it.
dead thing.
Mr. Singer, your FAR calculations include the garage, correct?
The FAR calculation includes the garage,
And they include the attic, correct?
and it includes the attic.
It doesn't include the entire attic, by the way, or just that portion of that?
That portion that's over 70, which is less than half the area, which there's still 2.5 stories.
And number 19, you mentioned that their FAR was 48%, right?
42.5.
Number, okay, 42%, okay. Yeah, 40.
They did.
Any other questions?
I do have some
Okay,
that just this here to. I know you. But I went through the trouble of,
this isn't in our packet, right?
this is not.
Or Marcus says.
A2.
So. Pretty good. If you did a tear down. You could build this. And in terms of livable area. Means the roof could be. Or. Half the whole floor below. Put a garage under it and you. And you made these two floors conform with FAR. You could actually get 400 feet of more living space out of that than you would out of this fully blown configuration. So. Something to think about.
I'm sorry, you're saying that on the upper left, that would be, you built that at 400 or.
400 additional square feet. When compared to the fully done.
And that would be,
Renovation project.
and your upper left would be in compliance with the FAR?
Yeah,
As of right.
as of right.
And it would have 400 more square feet of living space?
Eileen can chew on.
I'm not gonna review anything right now. Report this to my office, I don't work that. I can't do it now.
So we have 5 years, right? 5 is what we're looking at right now? 5.
No, I'm looking at,
Side yard setback we got rid of, combined yard. It's still not conforming.
side yard combined. Still got building coverage. Lot coverage is. It's gonna go way down.
Right.
We still got floor area, we don't have rear yard occupied.
You don't have, your
We don't
accessory
have
coverage, you don't have accessory coverage either, because the only thing you have in the backyard is gonna be the garage.
Yeah.
Just like
Okay,
126
okay.
square feet.
All right, I know we talked about that. Okay, good. So that you got rid of accessory coverage. And rear yard unoccupied is also gone?
Rear yard unoccupied is also.
Okay. So just 3.5.
Yeah. Actually, my emotional age.
Any other questions from the board? Any questions from anyone in the audience? Any comments from anyone in the audience? I don't see anyone or hear anyone, so I'm gonna close the public portion, and I'd love to hear it from my fellow board members.
Yeah, I think it's an appropriate application. I think if you're gonna look to increase the size of the property, I think, the side by side, from the rear view, I think was compelling. It looked like one of those, search and find the difference, highlights magazine. Little kids. I think the fact that it really didn't jump out at you so clearly, like what is so different, was compelling. I think certainly that last exhibit that we just saw shows what could be and what, maintaining the character, but increasing it is. I think the tweaks that we just discussed during the presentation of the application are accommodating and, reducing the variances sought.
Is there a tweak other than
the slate,
other than getting rid of the slip patio, that's the.
but that accommodates. a lot of
Will they get the numbers to you on that? Recalculation?
Well, the accessory coverage, I should be able to do this.
Mr. Singer, do you
I thought you said it was
look
gone,
I
accessory
mean, before
coverage
we
is gone.
vote on it, I think we should.
Yeah, the
know what-
well, nothing else is reduced. We're gone, because we're occupied is gone. Desi is gone, so that Nico's calculation.
Lot coverage is is down, right, since the patio's gone?
We were
And they have
proposing
inside.
Lot coverage, I think,
36,
is down
43,
2996.
46,
Well,
2996.
building coverage.
and lot is 69, 37. 66, 37. Coming up with 45.1. 45.1.
45
per lot.
Oh,
Rear yard unoccupied, we have this 27.1,
Yeah, they're gone.
accessory coverage is 327.
so the lot coverage,
Lot coverage comes down to 45.1.
oh, okay.
So
Uh-huh.
point one.
Point
So
one.
just a
Point one
whisper.
variance.
Yeah. And then we say that's. Okay, yeah, well, okay.
Building coverage
round
doesn't
down?
change, combined side yard doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. as you can see.
Anyone else?
So I'll just say attractive, modest enhancement to the property. I think you did a great job. I love the arched doorway. I'm so glad you're keeping that. I think it fits into the neighborhood. And I would be with the suggested removal of the slate patio in the back, which I think will be great as grass. I could be in support of this application.
I'll follow up with Regina. I think it's fit with the neighborhood. Like, you're right, you haven't changed the front of the house at all. And from the profile, it looked pretty darn good compared to the neighbor, which is
Yeah.
not as bad. So I like what you did with the roof lines all the way through. As far as the floor area ratio, that usually is something that jumps off the table at us, but again, this is that situation where we have a detached garage in the rear, which always causes problems. And the fact that even though this lot is over the 6,000 square feet minimum, I think there was 6,100 square feet. I think it works for the space, so I would have no problem recommending this application.
Yeah, I would just add that the numbers are scary and not typically numbers that we would approve. But when you see the reasons for it and you realize that there are some, extenuating circumstances here. And you see the final product that, normally with the floor area ratio, with such high numbers, we're looking at like giant massing and we're like, absolutely not, but that's actually not what we have here. As fellow board member said, it's like hard to even see the difference from the outside. So Eileen, I just want to confirm with you that if they grass over the slate patio that's closest to the cemetery in the back, even if the slate is still there underneath, just having grass over it gets rid of the,
Yeah, I think.
okay.
Doesn't look like there's much left.
Impervious though? Is it
And
impervious?
that's why I'm
Yeah,
asking.
I said they have to, the slate.
But they're saying they can't
We don't
remove
have,
it because
we
it's
don't
like holding-
differentiate between pervious and. Yeah. Lot. So if it's grass.
Yikes. Well,
Yeah.
I guess hasn't flooded.
I don't know if that's what's wrong.
It's permanent, it's not.
It's a groundhog's favorite spot. There's grass, there's grass and leaves.
Nature will reclaim.
So would someone like to make a motion?
Sure, I would move to approve calendar 40-43-25 with the change to the like let's discuss.
Second.
David Bradford,
Yes,
Gary Rosen,
Yes.
Regina Choi.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
Yumina Roberts.
Yes.
Jessica Caulfield.
Yes.
Jessica.
Yes.
Good luck and
Thank
happy
you.
Halloween.
Yes.
you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Again, we're not doing a party.
That's a perfect house.
Cinco de Mayo, maybe.
Where's Grange Drive?
What? Same road.
Oh, it's St. Rose back.
Some famous people back there.
Yeah.
You know they
Yeah.
belong.
Scary road. Long before, you know. Maybe maybe we can mute.
It says St. Stephen's. Episcopal Cemetery.
He didn't say-
Did I do something with this?
Yeah,
No, I
Sorry.
didn't capture it, I just.
but it's very cool.
From a night now. That's from midnight.
It's not over. My friend likes to turn around.
Don't you go.
Yeah.
Like, this is your day.
Somebody else coming in like?
Another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I tried.
Oh, maybe.
He didn't.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah.
Great.
You were in Orange Farm, Laura?
Yeah.
We used to cut through the.
Yeah,
Like from that gate. Yeah, for a year, a couple of years. It's- that's real. People love it. I gotta see it.
Not even, Thanksgiving newborn plants, Mr. Smith.
Giving you what?
Roll plants.
Oh.
Come on.
You have that.
Okay.
wants to name.
Yeah, we have a night.
I'll do it every year. We never miss it.
Okay.
I have a.
Oh.
You should know.
Martin stops.
You should.
Oh, here.
Here.
Digital plan.
Mine, oh, did I click yours?
You have it.
Not tomorrow.
Oh, I have two. I have one that we can't.
Yeah. So
Um.
amazing. You can sometimes see.
The exhibits. I don't have.
That's all I need, is that makes it. What did you give me?
Yes.
Just give me-
What are you?
It's okay, take. They're
Good
four
luck.
ones.
Was that?
They're the original exhibits.
Okay, no problem.
Thank
Thank you again.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Tom, do you need these papers?
Yes.
all right, must be.
I stole all your instructions to. Yeah, that's fine. What? Yeah, don't mind. Yes, I have these. Yeah.
Sure, it's the press box.
No, it's just a thought.
Construction permits.
It's not, you know, road coming down.
Yeah.
No, it's
Okay.
standard road.
I think we are ready for our final application of the night. That is calendar 4048-25, and it is 33 Exeter Road. Jane?
Raise your right hand. Swear from testimony about to give it nice proceeding truth, whole truth, and the truth. I do. Your names for the record.
Asha Jain.
Daniel Ensign, ENCI.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Asha Jain. I'm the property owner of 33 Exeter Road. My husband is the co-owner. He's traveling to work. So my family and I moved into this house in August of 2014, almost 11 years now, and he truly made this our home.
we've raised our family, we have 2 boys now. When we moved, our older one was only 3, he's a high schooler now, and then we have a younger one who's going to Washington School. And we really built, our memories in this house. And but as our needs are growing, the boys are getting older, our needs are changing, our family's needs are changing, our parents are also spending more time with us now. So just to meet our needs, the first floor of the house is decently sized. We've not made any changes. The original house was built in 1940. So I think one of the previous owners at some point did some renovation or expansion on the first floor. So that serves us really well. But I think the second floor, the bedroom space, the bedrooms are really small size. And there's like 1 master bathroom, which is en suite, but then there's only 1 bathroom, which is shared by 3 other rooms. The closet's also very tiny. So we started working with Dan, our architect here, to just meet our family needs. And, so he came up with some very innovative solutions to meet our needs, but we realized during the process that we need some variances. He's going to talk about the technical details, but yeah, I really appreciate the time here and to, discuss our plans, and I hope the board will look at our request favorably.
I'm just gonna put it on the record that you've already been qualified from the 2 applications ago.
Thank you. The property is 33 Exeter Road. It is located in the R5 zone. The home was constructed in 1940. And the existing property is a significantly undersized, non-conforming lot for the zone. The required lot area size in the R5 zone is 14,500 square feet. And the property that we have here is 9,931 square feet. So all of the resulting percentages and other aspects are scaled down with a significantly undersized lot. Looking on the site plan and everything that is here is consistent with what you have in the package. There are no changes or amendments to what you have. So the proposed work consists of a 2nd-story addition that wraps around the back end of the house and a little bit around the right side of the house. And that is at the 2nd story only. There's no change to the footprint or anything going related to the 1st floor. And we have here are the existing 1st and 2nd floor plans of the house as they stand now. So consistent with what the owner was saying, the 1st floor of the house at some point had an addition added to it that created a great room, a larger living space and a larger kitchen on the back end of the house. That quite a nice space. It works well. The other spaces to the front of the house are fairly small but consistent with other homes in this neighborhood. The staircase is located centrally off the foyer. This is one of those homes, there are a number of these throughout the surrounding neighborhood where the stair comes up and then branches off in 2 directions. So you have additional stair going to the right as well as steps going to the left. So the other spaces are a little bit disjointed because the floor is not continuous through the 2nd floor of the house. So currently, in regards to the bedrooms, the current house at the 1st floor, there are no bedroom spaces at the 1st floor. And at the 2nd floor, there's currently an existing primary bedroom that has an ensuite primary bath attached to it. And then there are 3 additional smaller sized bedrooms and 1 hall. So there are a total of, as a realtor would look at it, for listing purposes, there are a total of 4 bedrooms within the house. There's the 1 bath. All of the bedrooms have small strip closets into these areas, roughly 5.5 feet by 2 feet deep. The primary bedroom does have a slightly larger closet that has been adjusted at a point, but all of the other closet spaces throughout these bedrooms are very, very tight and small especially based on current living standards. And then we have the single hall bathroom that services all three of the adjacent bedrooms. So based on their current living situation, and the ability of their parents, or the lack of ability of their parents to get to the second floor, to utilize any one of those small bedrooms, especially with that added set of steps to the left, which is where they were staying. At the first floor, no change to the footprint or anything from a zoning standpoint, but since they are no longer able to get to that second story, they are adjusting one wall and attempting to take that existing office, small office space that's there, and convert it into a very small bedroom, and adjust the existing half bath, turning it into a full bath with a pergolas or a no threshold shower that will enable their parents to maintain have access and usability in the house, nearness to the kitchen and the family and the living space, but no change to the footprint or anything at the main body of the house. The stair is being maintained in the same location. The proposed addition, you can see the pre-existing wall that's here currently. And we have an addition that extends out 10 feet, 7 inches to the rear, which is that dimension because it lines up over the existing wall of the room that is down below that's previously added. And then to the right-hand side, coming off 4 feet, 6.5 inches. And that's very conscious. That was made as small as possible, necessary to accommodate some of the room and space that was here, but essentially to keep the massing of the house and anything that's really visible in terms of the addition to a bare minimum, especially when viewing this house and the facade of the house from the street. So the proposed variances here, we have a side yard setback variance, the existing, the second story on the right-hand side, the existing setback is 17.77 feet. The proposed is 14. And then the required based on kind of the grading up, because this is a relatively low house with a shallow roof, is coming out to be a required 14.34 feet. And but the proposed is 14. So just a hair over that 14.34 requirement. The main variance is a D variance for floor area ratio. And the existing FAR is at 27.9%. And the house has a total, including the garage space of the attached one-car garage, of 2,768 square feet. The proposed is 32.1%, which brings the house up to 3,100 square feet. And the allowable for the zone, based on the size of the 9,931 square feet of the property, is 30% of that. So the maximum allowable FAR for this property is 2,979 square feet. The overall addition that is being proposed in this area totals out to 423 square feet of space. Of that, 212 square feet is going beyond the allowable of the FAR. In contrast to conforming properties within the zone, a 14,500 square foot conforming property in the R5 zone with a 30% FAR can have a floor area ratio or floor area of 4,350 square feet. The proposed here is 3,190. So even though it's a smaller property within the zone, many homes throughout are significantly larger, both visually in mass, but also in the square footage that they have. Looking at the exterior of the home. Sheet A4, we have the front elevation of which the addition is really not visible. You can see the small portion that sits behind the chimney, tucked back from the front edge of the roof and roof line that's down below. So only this 4 feet of space, but out of that 4 feet of space, a little less than 2 feet of it is obscured by the chimney. And we specifically situated the roof forms to be subordinate to the existing, even though it's a low slung hip roof, feeling that the addition should be subordinate to that. And so I've set up the roof in such a way that the proposed roof line is lower than the existing hip roof that is there to basically make this thing recede as much as possible. From the rear of the house, this is the existing addition that was done previously. I don't know when the addition was done, it was not done by the owners. And there's kitchen here, there's that main great room or living space here. And there is the existing second story body of the house, and there are photos in the packet of that rear elevation. And the proposed work is mainly creating the addition along the back end of this, that 10'7" depth, aligning with this wall. From the right side of the house, we see that front body of the house, we see the chimney. This is actually set fairly far back. So, you know, a number of feet back from the front facade line of the house, so really not visible. There is existing roof here, and we are being very careful to kind of sit back from that roof to maintain that roof and just have this piece be nestled into the roof line so it doesn't project out and look to have a large mass to it. There appear to be 2 right side elevations here. On the left side, just that small 10'7" portion is visible. The rest of the house remains as is, so nothing projects any further from that one. So looking at this, and what's proposed and considering the undersized nature of the lot, and significantly so, you know, even at that smaller size, with what is already on the property and the fact that this is kind of wrapping the massing of the existing house, the site will easily accommodate this added amount of square footage without having a marked change to the feeling or the character or the overall bulk and mass of the house. And it maintains the visual massing from the street with very small change. And it really poses no detriment to any of the surrounding adjacent homes or the neighborhood as a whole. And it's really consistent with the goal of taking a home that constructed years ago that has maybe smaller sizes, doesn't quite meet current living standards. We're bringing that up in a way where, again, instead of creating something that becomes overly large or inconsistent with the neighborhood, or becomes a tear down altogether because someone doesn't know what to do with it, adding some of that space in a way that is essentially hidden, but in order to give that living space to the house to bring it up to current living standards with decent closet sizes, as well as some additional bathroom space for the house.
Any questions?
Tell me about this shed in the back, the FR shed.
Frame shed.
Frame?
Frame should be the frame.
Yes, the frame shed is the existing shed that is in the back of the property.
Does that contribute, I don't know if it does, clearly, just asking, does that contribute to the floor area ratio? It does. Well,
I've included it within the
Yeah,
FAR calculation.
what's in the
What's in the shed?
yeah, I'm like, so there's no pool, right?
No, it was just our old, like, the previous owners had it, so, in fact, when we moved, like, we moved from Hoboken, we didn't even know what to do with it, we wanted
Yeah,
to get it,
I'm
it
just-
just had like a snow plow, like,
Oh,
yeah, it's just like.
I mean, it's
yeah.
nice to have, but I'm
A
just
bicycle,
wondering, I'm
skid
just seeing
bicycle.
ways you can squeeze down numbers to get rid of it.
It's that, something that would be
So you
considered.
included that in your FAR.
I did include that within the FAR because it's in closed space.
How big is it? It's tiny.
The shed is,
It just helps with extra storage, because we only have one car garage,
Yeah. I
and that's
know.
really tiny as well, so in
I
fact, we
saw.
don't even,
It's about
we're not even able to
120
park
square
our
feet.
cars
It's about 10 by
outside.
12.
Wait, go ahead. I didn't hear what you said.
The shed is approximately 10 by 12, so 120 square feet of space.
Does it look like one of those pre-manufactured and somebody just moved in and dropped in it? Or do you think it's built up from a, right, yeah?
It's just, it's
There's
been
some,
like,
was
yeah,
it pre-manufactured,
just-
somebody put it
It's a prefabricated shed.
So it's 120 square feet, so it would take your FAR down 100. So you'd still have one, but
Correct, so
I
we'd
don't
still
know.
be
I
a
mean,
little less than
right.
100 square feet over.
it's like yeah, 100 now, yeah. That's always kind of
No, I understand.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's something that I discuss. Yeah, in the current backyard, it's the only area because it's a single car garage, and
Right.
it's fairly narrow. There is no place for any kind of storage
Mhm.
or kids' toys, smart lawnmower. So the benefit of losing the FAR versus having those items
Right.
kind of displayed on the lawn because there's no place to put
Yeah,
them,
that would not be.
is.
Yeah.
But I understand.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any other questions? Any questions from the audience? I can't see, ask,
Nobody
like,
else.
right, you know.
I think green must, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna close the, or comments from the audience, I don't think anyone's there. Okay, then I'm going to close the public portion and ask for comments from board members. Anyone wanna get started?
Okay. I think this is very thoughtful when they put it out. You know, we struggle with a lot of these tight lots that, you know, that almost by definition, they all have side yard issues and all that sort of thing. It's not clear to me, is your next door neighbor on your left, is this house actually come onto your property?
It's very close.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Really?
darn close, it's not. So, I mean, it said, doesn't affect the thought process, but it just, you know, these areas are
Doesn't
very
show on the
tight.
survey, but it's close.
And I think this is very thoughtful.
Yes, I agree. It's such a small ask, you know, what you had to come for, but understood, you know, why, and I think, you know, describing the extent to which the size of the lot, you know, were it, you know, were it an appropriately sized lot for the zone.
Conforming.
Yeah.
Conforming, it would. You wouldn't, and it's only, what, 212, that says.
I'll go, just reiterating what Beth said, I think you're at like 68% of what the permitted is, that lot. You're at 9,000 square feet and you're, the R5 zone allows for 14,500, you made that presentation. So I think that coupled with how you set that second floor back off the right-hand side to keep from massing that whole situation, was very tastefully done, you won't be able to tell at all, I don't think, when you put it together. Streets, yeah, very, very, very slight at best, so I think it's actually well done, well designed, and I can be supportive of this, even though, again, our chairman said before about floor area ratio, we have difficulty sometimes with that, but when we have these tight lots, we've seen several times, it's we're happy that, not happy to do it, but we can see the reason for that situation.
Yeah, I think what everyone's getting at is that there's a very clear hardship here with the undersized lot. I mean, this is one of the more severely undersized lots that I think we've actually seen as a board, so. Anyone else?
You mentioned that in your notes that it's undersized, so I agree with everything
Yes.
my colleagues have said already, so.
Someone like to make a motion?
Motion to approve the application.
Second.
By the whoever.
Somebody said.
And we need to decide.
David Bradford,
Yes.
Gary Rosen,
Yes.
Regina Truitt,
Yes.
Beth Dahl,
Yes.
Nomina Robert,
Yes.
Joseph Paulfield,
Yes.
Jessica Black.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Good luck.
Thank you. Look,
So
nice,
if the
nice
neighbors
job.
give you any trouble,
Yeah.
it's nice to see what they're.
Thank you so.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, yeah, we're not close. I'm gonna let the record reflect that there's no one in the audience, to come speak before us about matters not pertaining to anything on tonight's agenda. So with that, would someone like to make a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah. Until October.
Yeah.
That's right.
So December 22nd.
No, November.
Who's gonna be here on December?
We have nothing on
November
November.
3rd, right?
November
Yeah,
third, yeah.
so I was looking like, yes.
Yes, and then now 3
No,
days.
it's on the back of the.
That leaves to.
No, I'm not.